Another major strike by Israel in Beirut, as its prime minister tells the UN Tel Aviv does not want war in the region. Debris from at least 4 buildings destroyed in the southern part of Lebanon's capital.
The Israeli army recently attacked the central headquarters of Hezbollah, which is located under a residential building in the heart of the southern suburbs of Dahiyeh, which we will update soon as we know about the results of the attack.
Lebanon's prime minister says there are many casualties. Rescue workers are now scrambling through the rubble to find those still alive. The latest attack coming after hundreds have fled the country, even into nearby Syria, itself still recovering from the conflict.
The impact is huge. The bombing was near us. My wife and I were injured. My back was injured. Her back and shoulder were injured. This happened about a week ago.
This man said he was leaving because of the airstrikes and the destruction. The impact is huge, he says. My wife and I were injured a week ago. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu insisted in his UN speech that the Israeli army was minimizing civilian casualties. He also held Hezbollah responsible for the escalation in hostilities and said Hamas was responsible for prolonging the suffering in Gaza.
War can come to an end now. All that has to happen is for Hamas to surrender, lay down its arms, and release all the hostages. But if they don't, we will fight until we achieve victory.
But that's not what the Palestinians want to hear. And many world leaders earlier insisted the conflict was continuing because Netanyahu didn't want to stop it.
I want to say this out loud and clear to the Israeli government. Stop the bloodshed. Stop the suffering. Bring the hostages home and end the occupation. Mr. Netanyahu, stop this war now.
But it fell on deaf ears as Netanyahu approved the latest attack himself from New York. The Israeli Prime Minister's office released a picture which they said showed him ordering this strike from his hotel room in New York, and then announced that he would be cutting short his trip to return home to Israel, underlining the magnitude of this strike and the significance both politically and militarily. Just before making his speech at the UN, where he insisted Israel could not be held responsible for the war. That was met with a walkout from delegates. But diplomatic pressure has had no effect on Tel Aviv so far, as it continues its attack on Gaza and Lebanon. Paul Hawkins, TRT World.